Chapter 155, The Icy Meridians Pill. This chapter is updated by novels.pl. When Zhang Yuochen took the green wooden box, he felt a hint of cold on its surface. The chill came from the pill inside the box, rather than the box itself. While Zhang Yuochen was opening the green wooden box, the pill emitted a rich fragrance. Strands of white pill spirit burst out from the box like baby snakes. He looked surprised when he saw the 8 pills in the box. He exclaimed, "Icy Meridians pills. Do you recognize this type of pill?" Blackie was shocked. Zhang Yuochen responded, "This kind of pill was very popular back in the Middle Ancient times, but it had been monopolized by different powerful parties. No ordinary person could buy it in the market. I can't believe you can refine such a valuable pill." During the Middle Ancient times, a lot of warriors refined their meridians by taking pills. It could enhance the tenacity of their meridians, increase the activating speed of their genuine chi, and generate certain properties. The Icy Meridians pill, Fire Meridian pill, Electric Meridians pill, Wind Meridian pill. All these pills were discovered and studied at that period of time and became widely popular among the warriors. Taking the Icy Meridians pill not only refined the meridians but also generated the icy properties inside the meridians. Once the warriors activated genuine chi, their bodies would turn into a frost conduit. They were able to freeze a river or mountain with just one palm. On the other hand, the Fire Meridian pill brought on the fire nature in the meridians. When the warriors opened their mouths, they could spit out a blaze. When they lifted up their arms, they could use genuine chi to form a fireball. Some of the mature warriors could even use genuine chi to create a pair of fiery wings to fly in the sky. If Zhang Yuochen became the internal student of the school of the martial market, he could exchange merits for the Icy Meridians pill. However, he was still an external student at the moment, so he was not entitled to exchange many things, even if he had earned enough merits. Since Blackie had refined the Icy Meridians pill, it meant a lot to Zhang Yuochen's cultivation. The Icy Meridians pill is suitable for the warriors with a frosty physique, but my genuine chi has a faint power of thunderbolt and a power of time and space. If you can refine the Electric Meridians pill, it would be even better. Zhang Yuochen closed the green wooden box and put it away. Even though the Icy Meridians pill was not as useful as the Electric Meridians pill, it would still help Zhang Yuochen very much. The Electric Meridians pill. Sure, why not? Blackie fell into deep thought as if he was recalling the formula of making the Electric Meridians pill. Zhang Yuochen was in no hurry to refine an Icy Meridians pill. Anyhow, he had to leave for the school of the martial market the next day, and he wanted to spend some quality time with his mother, Concubine Lin. Tonight he went to Jade Palace, where Concubine Lin lived. "Mother, why don't you move to the school of the martial market with me? I'm worried about leaving you in the palace alone." Zhang Yuochen expressed his concerns. Concubine Lin clenched her jaw and stared at Zhang Yuochen, who had grown taller. She shook her head and said, "Chen, don't worry about me. I'm just an ordinary person in the palace. I cannot deny the fact that the queen hates me, yet she wouldn't dare to threaten me. I've been living here for almost 20 years, I don't want to leave." Zhang Yuochen gasped slightly and asked, "Are you reluctant to leave the king?" "He is your father," Concubine Lin said. Zhang Yuochen had to accept the fact that there was love between Concubine Lin and Yunwu Commandery Prince. If he took her to live at the school of the martial market, what would other people think about the prince? Zhang Yuochen was silent for a while. Then, he said, "Okay, I respect your choice, mother." Afterwards, Zhang Yuochen took out 3 jade bottles and a bag full of silver coins and spiritual crystals. He handed them over to Concubine Lin and said, "Mother, there are 300 blood pills inside these 3 jade bottles. All of them are first-class blood pills that you can completely digest. It's probably impossible for you to develop as a warrior, but if you keep taking the blood pill, your physical quality will be stronger than ordinary people. Also, there are 500 silver coins and 20 spiritual crystals in the bag." He could have left Concubine Lin more silver coins and pills. However, it might not be a good thing to leave too many silver coins and pills for her. Huang Yanjun, who had been standing to the side, walked up to Concubine Lin. She took off the phoenix-shaped jade necklace she was wearing, gave it to Concubine Lin, and said softly, "Aunt Lin, this is a fire cloud jade which contains 3 defensive charms. If you are attacked, it can protect you 3 times. Moreover, if you wear it all the time, it can enhance your body as well as bring you peace of mind." If such valuable gift had been given by any other person, concubine Lin would not have taken it. But since her son's fiancé was giving it to her, she accepted it happily. After leaving Jade Palace, Zhang Yuochen suddenly stopped. He stared at Huang Yanchen and asked, "Senior sister apprentice, what are you doing?" Huang Yanchen stood nearby and resumed her haughty attitude. She lifted her snow-white chin and said, "It's just a piece of jade. Why are you so fussy about it?" "Zhang Yuochen, there's one thing I need to clarify. I got engaged to you because I didn't have any other choice. When we go back to the school of the martial market, you are not allowed to tell anyone about our engagement. If I find out that there's a third person who knows about it, I'll kill you." Zhang Yuochen responded, "Too late. The news about our engagement has already spread all over. I'm sure the news has also scattered around the school of the martial market." Huang Yanchen said, "Even if it has spread around the school, you have to deny it. Other than that, we are only engaged. There are still 3 more years to go before we get married. You should have known that we can't really get married. We will both have to cancel our marriage in 3 years. What do you think?" "No comment," Zhang Yuochen replied. Seeing how straightforward Zhang Yuochen was, Huang Yanchen was not pleased, but angry. She mumbled, "I hope you don't regret what you've said today 3 years from now." The next day, Zhang Yuochen, Huang Yanchen, and Zhang Shaxiu made their way back to the school of the martial market. Zhang Shaxiu was anxious on the way back to the school. He followed behind them and did not dare to walk in front of Huang Yanchen. Even though Zhang Shaxiu had stayed in the school of the martial market for a year or so, the name, Huang Yanchen, still hit his ears like a thunderclap. Every single one of the male students who heard her name was scared to death. The title, Three Devil Woman, was no joke. Yet, Huang Yanchen turned out to be his 9th brother's fiancé. Zhang Shaxiu's feelings were complicated. He was happy but scared at the same time. He was elated that no one dared to bully him in Western Campus anymore. But his fear was that his 9th brother might not be able to handle Huang Yanchen, a truly formidable woman. When they arrived at Western Campus, it had already been 3 days. There were only 2 weeks left before the intermediate relic exploration test. Back to Western Campus, Zhang Yuochen went to visit Duan Muxingling. When he reached the black number 1, she was not there. He noticed that the table had a thin layer of dust as if she had been away for a while. Zhang Yuochen did not think too much about it. He was sure she would return before the intermediate relic exploration test. Then, he went back to the yellow number 1 and entered the internal space of the time and space spinal. He took out the Icy Meridians pill from its green wooden box. The box held 8 Icy Meridians pills. Each of them was a 4th-class pill, which emitted a piercing blast of cold air. When Zhang Yuochen's fingertip brushed the Icy Meridians pill, his finger froze. A thin layer of ice crystals fully covered his hand. It is indeed a 4th-class pill. How terrific! If Zhang Yuochen's cultivation was only to the yellow realm, the chill from the Icy Meridians pill might have frozen half of his body. He activated his genuine chi where it followed the meridians into his 5 fingers. Crack! The frost on his hand shattered. Under a cloak of genuine chi, Zhang Yuochen took one of the Icy Meridians pills and swallowed it. An extremely cold pill spirit dissolved in his stomach. All of a sudden, he had a stabbing pain in his stomach, as if the pill spirit had frozen his 5 internal organs. The chill was intense. It was 10 times colder than the first time Zhang Yuochen took the half-saint's essence. If other warriors at the medium state of the Black Realm took the Icy Meridians pill, they were seeking a certain death. The icy explosion of the pill spirit would freeze them to death instantaneously. Although Zhang Yuochen was also one of the warriors at the medium state of the Black Realm, his physical quality was far better than the warriors in the same realm. Moreover, when he was cultivating in the Yellow Realm, he had reached the ultimate realm and drawn Cord of Gods. Drawing Cord of Gods had transformed Zhang Yuochen's meridians and chi lake. Therefore, He could handle the Icing Meridians pill. Phew. Jiang Yuochen activated all 36 meridians and refined the pill spirit of the Icing Meridians pill as fast as he could. 10 days later, he had completely refined the pill spirit. His body temperature eventually returned to normal, but his muscles and meridians were still stiff. He opened his eyes and let out a foggy breath. My body feels so heavy that I can't lift a finger. Jiang Yuochen looked like a dead man frozen for thousands of years who had recently been awoken. Pins and needles tingled all over his body, which felt exceptionally heavy. Every movement was painful. He struggled to stand up for a while and started practicing his palm technique. By practicing the palm technique, he transferred the frost into his bones and meridians in order to enhance his physical abilities. If another warrior attacked him with a nice martial technique, he would be able to resist easily. Jiang Yuochen released Dragon and Elephant Prajna Palm again and again. He felt that his palm attacks were not only gaining power, they were also becoming faster. The speed of genuine chi flowing through his meridians had increased 30%. The faster the genuine chi circulated, the stronger it exploded. Jiang Yuochen spent another 5 days practicing palm techniques in the internal space of the time and space spinal. He did not stop until the genuine chi in his body had been completely consumed. When he stopped, he took some pills to recover his genuine chi. In these 5 days, Jiang Yuochen had refined the remaining pill spirit of the Icing Meridians pill into his body. He had elevated his martial arts realm to the peak of the medium state of the Black Realm. The genuine chi of his chi leg was perfectly filled up. He was ready to break through to the final state of the Black Realm at any time. Jiang Yuochen spent 15 days practicing in the time and space spinal, which was only 5 days in real life. He still had enough time to break through to other realms. Jiang Yuochen, Duanmu Xingling is here at the yellow number 1. I've told her that you're in seclusion for refining. Do you want to meet her? The voice of Blackie called out in the internal space of the time and space spinal. Senior Sister Apprentice Duanmu is back? Maybe she has brought with her some sort of good news. Of course, I have to see her. Knowing that Duanmu Xingling was back made Jiang Yuochen joyful, because he had a crush on her. Suddenly, he thought of something. Although he had spent some time with Senior Sister Apprentice Duanmu since he entered Western Campus, he had never asked which commandery she came from. Other than knowing that she was one of the external students of the School of the Martial Market, he knew nothing about her.